Hello there guys, and welcome to this virtual walk round of our Audi S3 Quattro. Now the first thing you'll notice about this is it's finished in the striking Panther black metallic, which means when the sun hits this it gives a lovely pearlescent shimmer of purple, and to be honest it's probably one of the better colours that Audi have ever produced. But what else can I tell you about this really popular variant of hot hatchback? Well, coming down here you've got the headlight with the LED daytime running lights, and you've also got the gorgeous black honeycomb grille alongside the chrome accent styling just there. You've got the titanium grey against the chrome here on the front grille, and of course you've got your Audi rings and S3 badging. And moving down, as you can see, you've got your second headlight. And moving down you've got your 18-inch S3 specific diamond cut titanium grey alloy wheels, and just behind that you've got a black S3 branded caliper as well. Now moving around, you can't quite see the shimmer on the Panther black, I'm afraid, because we've had a little bit of rain and it's made the car a little bit harder to see, but nonetheless you can see your aluminium door housing, and you've got your chrome trim around the windows just there. You've also got a gloss black door pillar, and you've got tinted privacy glass, almost limo black. As you can see as well, you've also got the sports styling just down the bottom in the form of the extended and flared side skirt. Moving around you can see there's no dinks, no dents, no distortion, no signs of previous paintwork, and of course no crash damage, because here at Emerald that's not how we roll. So on here you can just see a quick shimmer there of the purple fleck in the light, which again really truly is one of Audi's best colours. LED rear brake light, tinted privacy glass on the rear, and of course you've got your lip spoiler. No S would be complete without. High level third rear brake light just at the top, and then moving down onto probably the best looking bit of the car itself, you can see you've got your second LED light, S3 badging, and here you've got an aftermarket quad Miltech exhaust system. Just gives it a bit more of a grunt and a bit more of a burble when you're driving. You've also got rear mud flaps, and you've got a chrome bar styling just across the titanium grey rear diffuser, and finally on the bumper itself you have your rear parking sensors. Now the boot is opened off the key, of which you have two, and if you hold this button down here that'll open it, and then you pull it up. So as you can see the boot isn't too bad, moderately sized, but these hatchbacks are more about performance and practicality, but it is big enough to get in a pushchair at an absolute stretch. You do have the variable boot floor, in which case you've got your Bang & Olufsen subwoofer, you've got your spare donut in there, and you've got your tyre repair kit. Now moving around the secondary side, you can see it's just as clean as the opposite, and there's no dinks, no dents, no crash damage, and no signs of any distortion. All in all, I've got to be honest, the Audi S3 is a pretty iconic and very sexy looking car. This one has been really looked after by its previous owner, of Ironic, which is a good friend of mine. So there you go. That is everything that the Audi S3 has to offer externally, but what we'll do now is we'll head inside. So the first thing you'll notice upon entering this gorgeous S3 is of course the flat bottom steering wheel and the oyster leather interior. It's a colour combination which with the Panther black looks super. You can see no real wear on the bolster, only slight, but that could be improved upon with a leather balm, and you have of course got your manual adjustment seating. So the steering wheel, flat bottom, Napa leather, contrast white stitching, it just gives it that real authentic sports feel and presence for the driver sitting in the driving seat. Moving down here, you've got your automatic headlights and instrument cluster lighting. You've also got your aluminium sports pedals here, and most importantly you've got Bang & Olufsen, an optional extra but one that you won't live to regret. You've also got your leather oyster door cards just here, which do give it a real nice almost character and personality to the interior. It brightens up what can sometimes be a bit dull and non-contrasting when you go all black. Electric heated and folding mirrors, and you've also got your electric windows just here. Ability to deadlock, and a nice aluminium trim detail as found in many of the S models. Now before we go into the back, we'll just show you this. So as you can see, you've got Isofix in the rear, and I don't believe those seats have really ever been sat in. Very good condition, ideal for having child seats. And you've also got a nice little hidey hole and storage in there for your phone, your wallet, or whatever else you may need. You've got S3 mats with a white piping, and you've also got a cup holder in the rear. So back into the cockpit, the place where everyone really would rather be. So up here now, onto the instrument cluster itself, you have of course got the old school analog titanium grey clocks with the white contrast needles and red font. Something that Audis became quite synonymous with back in the day, and something that really, with all the digital dashes, is lost as something that really does look slick, full of character, and something that really does set them aside from the cars of the generation. You can see on the left side you have got a boost gauge, and that just allows you to understand and really get involved and engage with your driving experience. On the wheel you've got your menus on here, which control the little digital infotainment system there, and that can change all your different menus, your sources of your audio. And on here you've got information for your nav, you've got your voice control button, and you've got your drive select, or you can customize this button to suit what you want it to do. And of course you've got volume control. S3 branded, and there is that white contrast stitching that I was talking to you about earlier. Down here you can see you've got your cruise control, you've also got paddle shift, which is used for optimum driving performance, and you've also got your automatic wipers just here. Now what we're going to do, I'm just going to turn the wheel because it's locked, and there we go. So what we'll do now, we'll turn this on from cold just so you can hear it start up and see that there's no error messages on the dash. And there you go, one nice clean start, no problems, no issues, and no issues or concerns regarding the clocks. So if I was to go onto the menu now, you can see it brings across your DAB, your Bluetooth telephone, or your trip computer, and it will tell you exactly what you've got on there, and you can customize it to show you exactly what you would prefer. Most people prefer the speedo. For me, I would prefer how many miles or smiles per gallon I've got left. Now the media system is the pop-up screen that you all became accustomed and used to back with the older Audis, not all inbuilt as it is now, but you do get quite a lot of options on it. So we'll start at the start, which is car. So if you click on this, this is obviously your Audi Drive Select. Efficiency and comfort are going to give you the most MPG. It's the go green way of driving, and it just makes your suspension not as firm. It doesn't give you as high a throttle response and rev ratio. It's basically for long journeys where you're worried about wasting fuel. Auto means it will automatically adapt. Dynamic is also known as fun mode. So what that'll do, that will change the sound of your engine that does come through the speakers that's synthesized, and your exhaust note at the rear, but that will give you a more sporty feel, better steering, more responsive, bit of a firmer ride, and it will give you increased throttle response and a higher rev ratio. Now if you click on individual, what you can do, if you click this button here, you can set the individual and you can change it to whatever you want. So you can have dynamic steering, or you can have your steering as comfortable. Dynamic sound, and you can have your gearbox and your engine, and you can have your engine and gearbox in either of these modes. For me, that would be my optimum setup. Now if you click on systems, you can see you can get into another menu. This is one of the things in the Audi that can be a bit complicated, but once you've had a good hour with it, you will get used to everything on there. Vehicle settings, so on there, your steering wheel button, you can change it to whichever you want to do. So that would be the star button here, or the asterisk for better English speakers. And on there you can see you can change your steering wheel function to do whichever you want. Many people have it as Audi Drive Select, so when you've got both hands on the wheel or you're doing paddle shift, you're able to change it into dynamic mode at the tip of a button. Exterior lighting, so if you click on that one, you can see automatic headlights. You can change it when you want them on, or if you don't want them on at all. Background lighting, central locking, lock when you're driving. There's many different options in that mini menu. Driver assist, speed warning, parking aid, rain sensor, rest recommendation, or as it's better known, attention alert. Air conditioning, that's got auto recirculation. And servicing and checks, you can see when your next oil change is due, which is just under 1 year. So if we go out of that completely and we go back to the main menu, you can see click on telephone, as simple as clicking connect, and your phone will be connected via Bluetooth. Navigation is not enabled on this vehicle. As you can see, you would have to speak to your Audi dealer and they will get you an SD card or an activation key, and that will allow that to work for you. Media, you've got many different sources, so you can use Bluetooth, you've got your Audi music interface, you've got an SD card, or you've got CD. You can also use your Bluetooth and stream it through that way. And radio, as you can see on here, you've got DAB, FM and AM, but we all know if you've got DAB, the other two are quite pointless in having. And tone, that will just change all of the different setups regarding your surround sound and the way music and sound is portrayed into the cabin. Now moving down, you can see you've got your black chrome, and you've also got a real nice pearlescent chrome finish just around the air vents. And here we've got auto stop start off, hazard lights, traction control, media screen and drive select. But we have changed that to on here, that will change it in there, which just makes it a bit easier. Heated front seats and air conditioning. You've got a 12-volt socket charger just here, 2 cup holders, and behold the centerpiece of the cabin, the S-tronic gearbox. Now to operate, there is a lever on the back, and you can't push this down unless you push that linkage in. Do that. One is reverse, which obviously automatically brings up your parking aid. Down is neutral, and then you can put it into drive, which on the screen here will display as D1. If you hold that down and press it again, that will take it to S, of which you really easily and obviously heard the increase in noise, and you saw the rev ratio is ready to go. So that's neutral, S, back into drive. So you can see the revs are ready to go. It's almost in race mode. Now down here you also have the nice black wooden trim just around that, and you've got the black Napa leather and white contrast stitching just around the S-tronic device itself. This is your media control system. Navigation, once it enabled, telephone, radio and media. These are your buttons that control the menu here, and of course you've got your electronic parking brake. You've got your oyster leather armrest just here, which is variable. As you can see, you've got some storage and a script as well, but this doesn't have to be flat. You can put it at any height to accommodate and suit you. Now this here, many of you know what it means, but if you don't, this is just Audi reminding you that this isn't just an S3, this is an S3 Quattro. This means it's also got all-wheel or four-wheel drive, meaning the smiles can last for longer and you can take them absolutely anywhere. Audi's Quattro system will allow you to drive this in poor conditions, adverse terrain, without any worry. Gives you better traction, better grip, and most importantly, more reassurance. And on that side, you've got your glove box, you've got your white S3 piping around the mat as well, your second Bang & Olufsen speaker, and that really nice sumptuous oyster with a contrast stitching on the door card. And that, my friend, really is everything that we can tell you about this Audi S3. Aside from the fact that it's obviously been treated to the 128 point Emerald check prior to retailing, That of course takes place in our RAC approved facility on site and covered both cosmetic and mechanical. If there's anything that needs doing prior to this, it gets done before it's on our pitch. If you've got any questions about the car, the video, or anything else regarding the Emerald brand, please do give our sales team a call and they'll be more than happy to assist. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.